The internet. Just one click and the world's at your fingertips. But what it's really good for? Wild, wacky animal videos. And we've got the absolute best to put your brain to the test. You'll be shocked, horrified, and amused. But best of all, you'll finally be a hit at parties. From a penguin with a funny bone to an obstinate ostrich, even a gorilla with a passion for nose picking. The web has tons of crazy critters doing the world's craziest things. But out of this week's best, only one can be crowned the King of Nutty. Enough speculation. Let's find out. First up, cats and dogs. Sometimes it's the small things in life that provide the most entertainment. Wild guess. In one study of 79 breeds, the French Bulldog ranked where for smarts? A, 58. B, 68. C, 78. None of them are very impressive, but at least it's the first one. 58. Want smart? Get a border collie. And this is why some people opt for dogs. True or false, about 30% of adult cats respond to catnip. That's false. It's 50%. And they not only respond, they love the stuff. But beware your walls. Puppies spend up to 90% of their time sleeping. He's probably having a nightmare about that creepy-looking doll. Fill in the blank. The internet has blank results for the search computer games for cats. Brace yourself. That number is 5,840,000 and changing every day. Obviously, playing hard to get isn't this duck's MO. But maybe it should be. Well, in some cases anyway. Lucky for the duck, this guy's bark is bigger than his bite. No. This isn't a genetic anomaly. Poor fella's got a hideous case of static cling. Wild guess. When a cat's hair stands on end, it's called A, folliculitis, B, piloerection, C, electric caucus. The answer's B, piloerection. Again, it's not a genetic anomaly.
He's a dog with a box on his head. He's a dog with a box on his head. He's a dog with a box on his dog with a box on his head. Yeah. Nobody's helping him out. They're all standing around. Everybody's laughing at the dog with a box on his head. Yeah. Dog with a box on his head. Dog with a box on his head.
A glimpse of the near-extinct shadowbird gets kittens flying. Kittens are supposed to sleep up to 20 hours a day. Yeah, right. Ready, set, go. True or false? Puppy tail chasing is called whirling. That's true, and funny looking. But if an adult dog gets to whirling, better get to the vet. Your pooch might have irritated anal glands. Hey, it's a cat with her own service dog. Hey, it's a cat who once had her own service dog. Look, it's long-lost Uncle Bernie. Chimps and humans are remarkably alike. Wild guess. A female chimp is pregnant for how many days? A, 150. B, 190. C, 230. The answer's C, 230. But the real question is whether chimp moms believe in spanking.
With you. Oh, he likes you.
He wants to play.
Fill in the blank. Orangutans are blank times stronger than humans. If you guess 7, you're right. But as babies, they still cry when they're hungry or whimper when they get hurt. Operative word being wimp. This baby gorilla doesn't seem too camera shy to do anything. And now, a clip that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Octopuses have 8 arms, 3 hearts, and they're all completely deaf. Even if they lose an arm, that sucker grows back. Ooh, bubble in the tub. No worries. They expel water to jet themselves forward. Whew. Time to get foul with some winged weirdos.
Come on, Cookie. Come on, little one.
True or false? A penguin born with brown instead of black plumage is called an Isabeline penguin. That's true, and legend says it has to do with the Archduchess Isabella of Austria refusing to change her underwear for 3 years. To run around in circles all day long. Wild guess. How many chicken eggs equal the weight of 1 ostrich egg? A, 8. B, 14. C, 24. It takes C, a whopping 24. Looks like chickens have some catching up to do. At least chickens can see. Newborn pigeons are born blind. These baby birds are ravenous, bobbing their heads around with their mouths hanging open. Or they're auditioning for Avian Idol. Judge Simon Owl isn't impressed. You're living with what? But they have a blind spot in front of their face. Sick! That puppies playing with a rat. Sure, rats are smart. They can sniff out bombs and tuberculosis. They love to be held and played with. They're clean and sorta cute. But don't be fooled. One pair of rats can produce thousands of offspring in 1 year. They can survive a 15-meter fall and being flushed down the toilet. They eat their own feces and spread disease. That's right, little doggy. Get out of there while you still can. This little guy's a rodent too, but let's face it, he's cute. Fill in the blank. Hamsters have blank teeth. They have 16 chompers to tear through veggies, nuts, cheese, cereal, and an occasional finger. It may seem counterproductive, but chinchillas bathe in dust or volcanic ash, not water. Raccoons look like they rinse their food in water before eating it. So, it's fitting their scientific name means washing bear. But this little raccoon doesn't actually have any food. And now another clip that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Ah, a mom and her ducks out for a nice stroll. Uh-oh. Wild guess. The current population of ducks in North America is an estimated A, 10 million, B, 20 million, C, 30 million, D, 40 million. The answer's D, about 40 million. No wonder Peking duck's such a popular entree. Fortunately, these aren't Pekin ducks, so getting eaten probably won't be on today's agenda. All right already, don't chuck a wobbly. We're going down under. Bet you've never seen a rat this big, huh? Well, these aren't the rodents we all love to hate. They're wombats, and wombats are marsupials. Sometimes the only thing on their minds is getting a nice rub down. True or false? Wombats spend 10 months in their mother's pouch after birth. That's false. Wombat moms give their babies the boot after just 7 months, permanently at 9, which is too bad because ferocious Tasmanian devils are waiting. And this is the wombat's closest cousin, the koala. Wild guess. When koalas get stressed over the loss of their homes, they get which disease? A, asthma. B, Parkinson's. C, hypertension. D, chlamydia. If you guess D, you're right. Koalas with chlamydia can end up infertile, blind, and ultimately dead. It's the annual running of the baby emus. Kangaroos can't walk backwards either. And they're featured with the emu on the Australian coat of arms. Speaking of kangaroos, sure, they're fun to look at now. But just a few short months ago, they looked like this. Adult female kangaroos are called flyers. Baby kangaroos are called joeys. And newborn kangaroos are called... Finally, being odd is in. Sometimes life in the suburbs is so boring, dogs resort to desperate measures. Playing with goats. Wild guess. What shape are a goat's pupils? A, circular. B, triangular. C, rectangular. Believe it or not, these bouncing buggers have rectangular pupils. But that's not all. Legend has it that goats discovered coffee beans. Whoever said cats and chickens don't mix obviously hasn't seen this pair. Fill in the blank. In Gainesville, Georgia, the chicken capital of the world, it's illegal to eat chicken with a blank. No, the answer's not side dish of kitty. It's fork. Maybe a spork's okay, but clearly this little fella couldn't care less. The epitome of laziness. True or false? The shell of a turtle is made up of 40 different bones. That's false. It's actually 60 bones that make up the carapace, or dome top, of a turtle's shell. Come to think of it, is that a turtle or a tortoise?
Turtle, turtle, turtle. That's a tortoise. Turtle, turtle, turtle. Dude, that's a tortoise. Turtle, yeah, 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 yeah. Turtle, 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 turtle. Yeah, it's not a turtle. Turtle, yeah, 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 yeah. Turtle, 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 turtle. It's still a tortoise. A turtle lives in water. A tortoise lives on land. A turtle's not a tortoise. It's not hard to understand. Turtle, turtle, turtle. That's a tortoise.
It's a little strange seeing an ostrich shacking up with a giraffe. Even stranger when they bust into an animal version of the tango. Other than a heart that's 60 centimeters long, guess what else is? Its tongue. The poor ostrich pales in comparison, but he makes up for it with a massive 2-meter wingspan. Huh, maybe size does matter. And now, some tips on repelling deer. Wild animals, baby. Yeah. This is no time to be stumbling. Deer newbies need to be quick on their feet to escape predators. The other 80 gets scared out of them. Siamese crocs are only about 15 centimeters long when they hatch. But as adults, they grow to a whopping A, 2.7 meters, B, 3.9 meters. C, 5.1 meters. B, 3.9 meters. We tell you more, but these crocs are so rare, they're not coughing up much information. Ooh, looks like we're back to bubbles in the tub. Although these are the good fun kind. True or false? Elephants can sniff out water more than 5 kilometers away. That's true. And they guzzle up to 190 liters of this stuff every single day. Rambunctious lion cubs can be a handful for any lioness. The fun's over. Seals sometimes get so tired, they sleep underwater. Or they just faceplant in the sand. That's one good dirt nap. Let's try that again. Okay, never mind.
All aboard!
Fill in the blank. An anteater's sense of smell is blank times more powerful than a human's. If you guessed 40, you're right. But with schnozzes like that, come on, who's surprised? And that wraps up this week's craziest clips. But the question remains, who gets the crown? The kitty with cling? Maybe the shameless gorilla? Or is it the tickled penguin? Our votes for...
He's a dog with a box on his head.
Dog with a box on his head.
Box on his head.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Box on his dog with a